Dancing is it? I am so culturally unaware. My apologies. Anywho, we're gonna get this live. What's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching this live, give us a wave, or if you're on replay, put hashtag replay. The reason why you're here is not to hear my lame Texas jokes. The reason why you're here is because you had a friend of yours tell you that there was an opportunity to be able to make some extra money, and more specifically, what winning trips to dream destinations around the world. In fact, put it into the chat. If you could go anywhere right now, where would you go? Where would you go? Is it somewhere that's tropical? Is it somewhere that's maybe in Europe? Is it somewhere you want to come to the US? Is it like, where would you want to be able to go to? Croatia, Ghana, Dubai. Man, we got some really cool things, or maybe you just want to stay at home, which is totally fine as well too. So today we have the honor of bringing somebody on here whose story I know is not just going to inspire you, but also equip you with a way to do this. We have the awesome and incredible Angel Whitmire with us. We just came back from Bahamas. Angel, feel free to mute yourself. How you feeling?
I feel amazing. I mean, who doesn't feel amazing coming back from the Bahamas, right? I mean, I was a little jet lagged, a little tired, but I was like, send me back there any day. It was amazing.
Absolutely. Yes. It was just 4 days ago, kind of we were together and it's like, man, yeah, definitely bring us back. But today we're going to unpack how you did this in record time and how others can do this as well too. And I'll bring you back up in just a bit. And at the end of this, if you're new and this is your first time taking a look at this, get back to the person that connected you because there's some incredible opportunities that are happening and going on. For those who don't know me, my name is James Zheng. I've been in the online business space for 15 years, 13 of which specifically with this product. Maybe you've heard about this. It's kind of known all over social media as the hashtag skinny drops, but there's a lot more than that. Angel has a lot to say about this. I'm going to pick her brain on this in a bit as a health coach, actually. But specifically, we have found ways to shift to actually make online business work. Because I don't know about you, but when I was thinking about the question of what would life look like if we could do anything and have anything, what matters to you? What mattered to me and my family wasn't exactly tons of money. Well, that's cool and part of it. What it really was having flexibility in your life, having freedom to enjoy the fruits of our labor, loving what we did, having fun again. Like, put a me in the comments if that sounds like something that would align with you as well too, because you can make $1 million, but if you don't have the time and the health and the vibrancy to live that, what's the purpose of that, right? So we were searching for different options, and we were struggling because who wouldn't want to be able to make money online, but it seemed difficult. I didn't have experience. I grew up a very shy, nerdy Asian kid. Like, I didn't have, this was not my cup of tea. But what I realized is I found a mentor and I found systems. And they said, if you're willing, coachable, hungry, then you can do this as well too. And I sucked for a long time, but eventually you can only suck so bad. And it will click. One of our friends and colleagues, Dr. Pia, she is a financial guru, but she said this: it's not that it's difficult, it's that it's different. I hope that makes sense to you, right? So if you find something difficult, it's just because you haven't learned it yet. Anyone can learn. And we learned it, and it completely changed our life. And now it's been 12 years since we've had a job. We were able to travel around the world. And now we show other people how to do the very same thing as well, too. And what brings me the greatest joy is seeing people do it faster than we have and better than we have as well. And that's where Angel Whitmire comes from. All right. So when I had a chance to meet Angel, I just loved your story because, Angel, you were not always in this online business space. But do you mind telling us, like, how did you start? What was the backstory to how you got introduced to this?
Yes, and thank you so much for having me on. I truly feel honored to be here. And excuse me, I get nervous with these calls, but if I just ask the Holy Spirit to just guide me. So, a little bit about me is, when I first heard about this industry was about 9 years ago. I had already had a son. He was about 16 years old. I raised him as a single mom. Um, I was actually just had my baby girl, Camilla. She was 2 months old. And I was actually on workers' comp at that time. When I was 6 months pregnant, I was a personal trainer and I had broken my ankle demonstrating an exercise and had to have surgery, the whole 9 yards. And so I was in a boot on a little knee scooter, and 6 months pregnant. So it was real fun. But I found myself right after I had her, I had to have a C-section, was still on crutches and in a boot, bringing her home from the hospital. It was a whole ordeal, but I found myself when she was about 2 months old, just scrolling Facebook. I was a certified holistic health coach, but I was just kind of down for the dumps a little bit. I just had a baby, like I said. I was at workers' comp. I was just like stressed out a little bit. Living paycheck to paycheck is not always the fun place to be, right? So I was scrolling on Facebook one day and I saw my friend post about an incentive trip. I didn't really know what that meant. All I saw was a picture of a group of people. I saw palm trees in the background. She was in California, sun was shining. And then they had taken some pictures at the beach. And I was just like, I don't know what she's doing, but I want to be there right now. And so that was my first initial, like, what is she doing? Right. So that's kind of the first of it.
Oh my gosh, guys, first of all, shout out to all the single moms out there. Shout out to any parent that's out there. I mean, like, seriously, Angel, that is just no excuses type of story. But so many times we let the pains in our life kind of keep us down. You let it sharpen your focus, is the saying. And then you saw that opportunity to say, I want something more. In fact, if you're on this line right now and you believe that you and your family deserve more, put in the chat, I deserve more. Because Angel, so many people see that, but they don't say yes to that. But you said yes to a better life.
Yeah, and so when I reached out to her, I was in her wedding, so it wasn't like a random friend, like we were close. And so, but she hadn't really shared much about it because she had just started a little while before. And I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she was like, "Oh, it's this company." And I was like, "What does that mean?" And so we met for lunch and she was like, "Oh, it's a health and wellness company." And I was like, okay, well, show me the ingredients because that's, my passion. So I looked at the ingredients. I'm like, okay, that looks good. Now, can I really make money at this? Because that's where I was. I was like, I wanted something so much different because, I had my son when I was younger. I was working 3 jobs as a single mom. So I've always been in the grind. I've had a job since I was 15 years old. But sitting on that couch that day, I was like, enough. Like, I was so done living that lifestyle. And I was like, whatever she's doing, I want to know more. And so I leaned in even more and I was like, can I make money at this? And she was like, absolutely, you can. So I was like, okay. And then the next day we met. And I don't recommend this to people, but I spent my rent money to get into that business. I was so tired. I was so just done. And I wanted a better life for my daughter. My son was 16. He'd already lived the hard life, right, with me. But when I saw my daughter, I was like, no more. And I was like, I want something different. And I said yes. And so I spent my rent money, but I was like, tell me what to do. I will do it. I was coachable. I was determined. I was hungry and I was willing and able, right? And so literally from that day forward, I was like, not only do I have to make my money back, but I'm going to change this for my family. And literally 2 weeks from that time, I said yes. There was a convention actually here in Dallas. And I will say that changed my life. I went to that convention. I went to that meeting. Mind you, my daughter was 2 months old. I was still nursing. Sorry for the men out there. But I went to that convention. She stayed home with her dad. I went to that convention. I went out to my car every 2 hours to pump in the car because I was still nursing. But I was like, I am doing this. It was a 3-day event. I'll never forget at the very end of that event, some of you may know her, Susan Sly was closing out the event and she said for us to get in our power pose, stand up right now. And it brings me to tears. Sorry.
No worries.
But but I stood in that pose and I was like, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And from that day on, I was like, I mean, just hungry. I decided from that day, I'm doing this. And it's been a whirlwind, but I will say it was the best yes and decision of my life. And it's been 9 years since that day.
Oh my gosh. Guys, there's a bunch of love in the chat for Angel. That first year, you're super humble. Not everyone does it. It takes immense work, dedication, everything. You broke six figures in your first year in business with like no experience, but it comes down to that decision. It
Yeah.
comes down to taking that pain and refocusing it to what you want your future to be. And it completely changed everything. The power to your yes, the power to this business model. And at the same time, as we fast forward, when you've had experiences now in direct sales, you can do anything. You have the skills to be able to do well, but it's also important. I believe you can do well in anything, right? If you learn the skills of business, you can win in anything. But also, you want to find the right vehicle that can last the long run as will tell. And things have happened in your career, unfortunately, not in your control, but that also led you to Partner Co. And it was a hard yes. In fact, I believe, if I'm wrong, you were about to actually launch another business and then you got introduced to this. Tell us what happened there.
Yes, like you said, I mean, there's been some circumstances that were out of my control, right? And literally 2 months before I said yes to Partner Co., I was just sitting with the Lord of like, is this where I'm supposed to be? What's next for me? And, a friend of mine had shown me another business, and I literally was about to say yes to that organization and that business before my angel, my best friend, Kristen, shared these with me. And it was just like, she was my angel that day, because I will say it's the best yes again that I've ever said uh, in this industry. And I'm so grateful that I just sat and listened and was in obedience to the Lord.
That's the key right there. Obedience.
Hmm.
And fast forward like 10 weeks later or something, not even, you went through 11 promotions in this company. You and James are officers here. You won a Bahamas incentive trip. And like, it's so funny because this was her dream. I was looking at your photos and everything. And um, look at this. How would you describe coming back from this trip? Like, what was 3 weeks officer you got done? Yeah, you moved so fast, it was nuts. But what would you describe now being back after, a couple of days? What are your feelings? What are your thoughts?
I mean, when I was sitting on that couch, there would never be a time for me to plan a vacation like this. Number one, afford it. Number two, take the time off of work to be able to go. But not only could I afford this trip, but it was given to me for free. It was an incentive trip. And I still made money along the way as I was there, right? And so it was just like a pinch me moment of a full circle moment. And I told you from that first picture that I saw scrolling on my Facebook of palm trees. And then here I am in the Bahamas with palm trees. And I was like, it's happening, right? Because even in that other business that I was in prior to, earning incentive trips was hard. Like, and only the top people got to go. And here at Partner Co., like to be able to earn it within my first, few weeks, I was like, oh my gosh, we are onto something really huge here. And I want our entire team there next time because it was truly something so special. Um, when you get into this kind of business, sometimes you can feel alone because sometimes maybe your family and friends don't support what you're doing. But here at Partner Co., you find another family, a family of choice, right? A community, a culture that you can lock arms with. And that time in the Bahamas is, I mean, there's no words because you really you find your tribe, right? And just was so much fun. And it brings me back. I think you even said it to me in the pool. You're like, can you believe like you saw palm trees and now like you're on a trip with palm trees? Like, and you're the one that kind of sparked this. And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. But I'm like, wow, that one decision in life can change your entire life, right? And so it's been 9 years of me not having a job, but me having the best job in the world of blessing lives of others, and then I get to bless my family as well. So it was truly amazing.
Congratulations. That's the key. And your business has been doing phenomenal. I don't know if you know this, but your organization already is averaging $100,000 of sales in a month. Actually, you just started, you just launched. You have an amazing team that's growing. And I want to ask you this question. Well, congratulations once again. Just so, so proud of you. When you see a God-sized goal come into manifestation, it's incredible to see. Um, and I want to encourage everybody, right? What is that goal for you? Like, what are the things that are being inspired right now? That event that Angel went to that changed your life can be this event. It can be
100%.
like this, right? But making a decision because you went, it was just like partner code. There was an event that was happening. You were on the fence. You're like, should I go? You booked a ticket. You went. James went with you. And you're like, all right, let's go launch after that. What did you see at Partner Co that made this a vehicle of choice? Because you can do anything out there. Like, what was different here?
Um, it was the executive team. It was truly from the top down, because you can have, a product that works, you can have a comp plan that works, you can have leadership that works, but if it's not solid at the top, I mean, give it time. It will crumble. I promise you. I've been a part of many of those. And it was literally these two men right here. I mean, we got on a call with Darren for 2 hours and then John for an hour. And when we heard their stories, we heard their heart. We heard that they actually had vision. We actually heard that they had values. We actually heard that they had a bill of rights for our, the brand partners here. I was like, I am in, all in. I don't even care like how long it takes me to be successful here, because if you don't have the trust of the leadership here, I don't know what to tell you, because we've been a part of some of those where it looks shiny and flashy and get in, get rich quick kind of things. Those things don't last. Those things do not last. But I mean, Darren has 100-year vision. I was like, who has that? I need to strive for more in my life. 100-year vision, right? Like, it was truly amazing. And guys, they don't need to make money. They don't need to make money here. They already have money. Like, and it's just like they want true impact. And that's where I'm at in my life. Yes, the money's great, but the impact is where truly I shine. Is when I can really truly help others. And I love here it says helping people is our passion. That's my passion. And I'm like, I can get in alignment with that, right? So when you feel in alignment with people that are on the same path as you, anything is possible.
Absolutely true. I think what's different about this company is it leads with values. It leads with
Yeah.
culture, and the people that we attract are like, I would believe the people on this line are our people, right? Who here, put me in the comments if you like helping people, like you love that, like that actually really fires you up, because not everyone does. They say they do, but do they actually, right? Like, and the opposites, those that don't align with it, they're out. And that's when you go on a trip like we just went on to, and you go to our events, you're like, this feels like home. This feels safe. Like, this feels like my people, because it is from top down. So important in a time when, unfortunately, in businesses as a whole, but especially network marketing, a lot of companies from top down are toppling because leadership values are not there. It is super, super important. So the leadership is there. But also, I know that Kristen, she attracted you with a photo about the results on one of our lead products here, the drops. So, as a holistic health coach too, like tell us about these drops and why are these? What do these do? Why are they so different from other things that are out there in the market?
Because they're homeopathic and they're stimulant free. There's so many things on the market. As a holistic health coach and in the weight loss space, so many people are looking for that quick fix, right? And I'm sure you've heard about the shots and stuff that are out there. People are desperate, right? And they really want to change. And I do sympathize for sure with the people that truly want to lose weight and have a better quality of life. But there's ways to do it without really hurting your body in the long run, right? And so when she shared these with me, she she doesn't have weight to lose, but she was sharing a picture of her abs in her story because she had just got done working out. And I was like, your abs look a little bit more defined. What are you doing? And she's like, these jobs. And I know that she would never put anything in her body that's not legit. And so I was like, okay, share with me more. But it was because they're all natural, homeopathic, stimulant free, and they go to work on the target root of your body, which is your hormones. And I know, me at 45, I haven't hit menopause yet, but I know it's coming. But for me, it's more about prevention. It's not like I have a lot to wait to lose, but I want to get in front of menopause. I don't want to have to deal with the side effects of it. So I'm like, if I can get these drops on my hands and do that and prevent other things down the road, I was like, sign me up, because I know not only for me, but for so many that are searching for something out there, I can be that one person to be an answer to their prayer of like something different, something natural, something that's going to truly help them in the long run, not just a quick fix.
That's huge. And the results I've seen in your customer group are incredible. Like you
So good.
just pop off. Like, so yeah, I mean, I know you've experienced that, but like what are you seeing in your groups now? What are you seeing in your clients? Are people actually getting results, or like what's your impact? What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I love it because, some people get in those customer groups and they're seeing people lose weight like super fast or right away. But then there's some people it takes 6 months, maybe 8 months. You have to remember that, you've spent decades in this body. It's not going to take 5 days to get the body you want. It's just like going to the gym, right? You're not going to get muscles within 2 days. Just doesn't work like that. But I know we're so programmed for that quick fix, right? So in our groups, it varies. Some people are losing weight, but some people are having incredible sleep. Like one of my friends was able to get off medication of her sleep. And so I'm trying to be compliant here. But some are, way less calm than before. Me. And some are, having better energy. Some are, going to the bathroom every day.
Mm.
That's huge. That's huge for women. There's some women out there that their digestion is so messed up that they're not going for 4 or 5 days, right? That's not a good thing. So there's so many things besides just the scale that it's actually doing for people. So I love that it's that the range is so wide and for everybody and anybody that takes these jobs.
A huge thing. We have a lot of people here that have had great results. In fact, if you've used the drops and you have any results or benefits, put it in the chat. I see brain fog is gone, not waking up in the middle of the night. I lost 25 pounds in 40 days with no exercise. And I'm not going to say it's just the drops, eat well and do all the healthy things, but it's clinical studies show that the drops, if you're doing it for weight loss, you lose weight 2 times faster. So
Right.
it's like, hey, if you can get from point A to point B faster, might as well do that. 13 pounds in 14 days, 15 pounds menstrual pains gone, 35 pounds. Sleeping after 7 years of insomnia. Wow.
And women's cycles getting back on track. Like that's huge for women, right? Like to get your cycle back on track because that affects so many other things as well, right?
Gosh, I mean, you can suck in fat in a photo, right? But you cannot change your cycles, right? Like, so there's a lot of stuff that's going on. That's why you have to find a product that is unique, something that people want, and people are searching for these drops right now, and it's definitely leading to an amazing business. So we have a good company with a strong foundation. We have an amazing culture. We have an incredible product that people actually want that's actually yielding results. But also as important in business is, can you do it? And not just can you do it, but can most people do it? For those of us that have been involved or been exposed to network marketing, you might have experienced where you're like, obviously, if you study anything and do it, you can do well. But can most people do it? And things have changed. So this company, it's real simple. You can partner for a one-time lifetime $30 membership with the company, try some products, grab them, you get a discount and stuff like that. But what's really unique is Angel, you and James and all the leadership that's here have a certain system and a model that I believe will be the future of every single direct selling company. And it's something that only we have. But what have you noticed this time that's been different compared to growing business before? What are you doing now?
It's so good that you said that because when I first got started 9 years ago, I will say majority of my success was because that organization did have systems. But times have changed. Times have changed in social media. Times have changed of you following up, and times have changed because so many people are online now, right? So many people are doing home-based businesses. So it's not as like sexy or secretive as it was back then, right? So we got to evolve and we got to change with times of technology. And I will say what's helped this time is being able to share something generically with somebody and they be able to turn around and do the same exact thing without them having to feel like they're the expert and that they have to explain it all, right? So we're sending them the information, then they can turn around and share the same thing and it's generic, there's no links attached. But even somebody that's never done this before can turn around and share something, right? And then, you don't have to worry about following up and bugging your friend. Hey, did you see the email I sent you? Hey, did you see the website I sent you? We're actually doing follow-up emails on the back end. And so it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So literally anyone that comes into this business can share and do it without experience or a network, right? So it allows you, like he says, lead page and funnels, automated emails, weekly recorded events. You have a Facebook community. So we teach you, literally handhold you through the entire process so that anyone truly can be successful here. And like I said, when I first started, I was like, tell me what to do and I'll do it. If you're willing, coachable, and hungry, and you do exactly what we say with this, you're going to be successful over time, 100%.
This is a huge thing, and we're not opposed to. We had the creator of the machine, we call it, Cindy McKnight, Lindsay Yoakum. They did training for us not long ago, and what they said is that in a business, if you want it to scale, there's nothing wrong about belly to belly. There's nothing wrong about presentations. Like we're doing the Zoom right now, for example.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong about these. There's so many different ways of exposure, but here's the key: at the base, you want something that the average person can do easily. The average person can't do this Zoom, right? If I called on someone random right now and be like, hey, let's do this. Even, and I love your transparency. Angel's a great speaker. Angel's been, she's a pro. Even she gets nervous still doing a Zoom, right? So, for example, like these aren't as duplicatable. There's other things that are not as duplicatable, but sharing a link, who here feels that if we gave you a link that was professional, it gave you all the information, use that as share it. You could do that. Put me in the comments below, right? And so you share a link. I put my information in there, just like a digital marketing email capture. I get all the information. You build it for me so I don't have to be an expert. But also on the back end, I'm now in an automated email follow-up sequence so that you don't have to do the business follow-up as much, but this machine does. And what theoretically this is supposed to do is that it makes it so that you don't have to follow up as much on the business, but you can actually do what we all love the most, which is follow up on the friendship, the fellowship, and the relationship. And then sales start to happen. There's a theory, but I want to ask you this, Angel, with what you're seeing with your business and with the teammates that you're coaching, is that actually happening? Is it actually different, or is it just some hypey thing?
No, it's happening. And people are like, is this really real? Like, I don't have to like follow up. I don't have to like bug my friends all day. Like, so it's amazing because we've had some leaders on our team that literally have not taken off days and years. And this is allowing them to actually have time freedom in their life and work this as business around their life instead of their life around the business, right? And so it's been so amazing to watch people have that shift in their mindset of like, okay, I'm trusting this. And they do it and they see the results pretty quickly. And they're like, I'm in. It's so incredible to see people be very skeptical at first, but then once they see it, they're like, oh, I'm in, all in. And then they just soar. And I mean, I don't know, we have 3 or 4 VPs now on our team. Like it's just taking off because they were willing to say yes and trust the system, trust something different, and allow the machine to do what it's designed to do.
Very unique X factor. It's a big plus on top of all the other things that work. Because when it comes to changing times, you said this times are changing. Like, and I just want to remind us, remember, Angel's business doing $100,000 of sales a month right now in just what, not long, like in a couple of months. Like this is the numbers tell the story of what's going on. And you have a life. We were in Bahamas. I saw you in Bahamas. You were actually hanging out. You were like relaxing, like we had good times. But when it comes to newer innovations, it's either we get updated or we get outdated. And that's why right now we have a competitive advantage because the industry is going to move with this. There's a merge of network marketing and digital marketing, the best of the old, the best of the new. They go in the same direction, right? How do we amplify what we're already doing? And that's what you're showcasing with you and your team right now, Angel. It's so amazing to see. And we're seeing it all throughout the field. So I just want to thank you for that leadership because you've shown an example of what's possible and you're guiding people to do that as well too. And through that, hey, that's how you win the trips. Partner Co gives all these things. You wanted the trip. You didn't exactly know how to do it. You were just
Yeah.
following the system. And then guess what? You made it. So and next year we're gonna have a lot more as well too. I know.
Yeah.
Any other notes on that topic there?
Yeah. You don't want to speak to the mom or the woman that is sitting on the couch right now. Like, is that possible for me? Can I really do that? You can. Like, if you have that burning desire, if you have the will to change and decide for something different, you truly can. I didn't think it was possible. I had zero experience in this. I had no idea what I was doing, but I had a passion and a burning desire in my heart. And I was like, I'll do what it takes. So I'm saying to you right now, I'm speaking to you, if you are that and you're thinking that, we will handhold you. We will take you along with us. We will show you what to do. And if you're willing, committed, and hungry, it is possible for you to change your life. So never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams, and trust that the Lord's going to guide you right where you're supposed to be. And you're hearing this for a reason today.
Amen to that. Angel, huge congratulations, guys. Let's give her some love in the chat. And in the next 90 days, if you like what you heard, the timing is key because we're in a place right now in PartnerCo as a company where it's never going to be before. Every company has a growth phase. And right now, we're not a startup. We're not in legacy. We're in a growth phase. In the next couple of years, we're going from a $350 million year company towards the billions. And when we're in the Bahamas, we're masterminding. We're talking about collaboration and future ideas and systems and strategies. Next week, this organization is launching a 90-day growth campaign that is going to be unlike anything else. You're going to get the best support, the best training, the best tools, so much fun. We're running all the way to this PXP event, a convention that you've never seen the likes of this before, September 20th to 22nd. If you have your ticket, put PXP in the chat, by the way. And our goal is to get anybody that rose their hand to what Angel said. That's me. If you're that person, we're going to help you walk the stage. We're going to help you achieve success. We're going to help guide you to do everything that there is. But Angel, last note, what are you excited about in these next 90 days for what we're about to launch?
Oh God. I am just blown away of like what this company is doing because you think we're going fast. Oh, just wait, because it's about to get a whole nother level. And so I always say, like, jump on the train now because it's taken off with or without you. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see all of you walk that stage. All of you. Like it can be you. So don't give up on yourself. It can be you. And
Absolutely.
remember what I shared at the beginning of this call, that event will change your life. Like it can change your life. Like if I didn't go to that event, that first event 2 weeks after I signed up, I don't know if I'd be here today, to be honest. Events will change your life. So get your people there, you get there, be the example, and I can't wait to hug you. So come say hi.
Want to grab your ticket today, May 30th. There's one day on the clock for early bird pricing. Talk to your friends, talk to your mentors, coaches to grab that. But that, if you're brand new, get back to the person that connected to this call and say, that's me that Angel was talking about. What do we do next? We will guide you, we will help you, and we will see you walk the stage soon. Angel, thank you so much for being an inspiration. I knew this was going to be good. This was way better than I could even have expected. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your vulnerable words and wisdom. I know all of us are happy about that. But on that, feel